Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. The town
All right.
burns in the background as the party decides what to do, where to go.
All right.
Wait until morning.
Nilrim, sail. Try and get some sleep. We'll keep me and Archie keep watch.
No, I'm not.
I'll not. I'll find like the nearest completely undamaged building and ask some goblins to set guard for me, and awake me if anyone comes from across the street.
We're gonna keep that troop of goblins. How many did he give us? 8?
I think he gave you like 20.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, we're gonna keep those 20 and yeah, I guess try to sleep it off.
Mhm.
Hopefully he comes in the morning and we kill him. We're gonna keep the boat here if
Yep.
they agree, because I think it's suspicious if we move it.
I'm just
You
worried
don't
about
want the
getting
boat
sunk
in
in
the
the
harbor.
fight. No, he's saying leave it in the harbor.
Okay.
I'm saying we leave it exactly where they left it, because then they'll think like we died too, along with the goblins. I don't think
Yeah,
they're gonna.
So
we're
it
gonna
stays-
fight them or kill them. They're all dead or we're dead, right? So it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, I know, but then I think they'll be expecting something bigger because they know we're magic users, right? So I'm saying we leave it here. We get Sail to cast this thing, and hopefully we just get him in the meantime, if that makes sense.
But I'm also
All
pretty
right.
sure there's actually almost no witnesses to us helping the goblins aside from like the cook
People
and
on
the
this side.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
All right. If the boat gets sunk, I suppose we can at least try and dive down for the treasure. I suppose.
If the boat gets sunk, it would be bad. It's your call. You're the captain, so
I think it's safer to move it because I think the advantage is quite nebulous.
Okay, let's move it.
Yeah.
We move the
Oh.
boat and then Sail and normal sleep.
Somewhere where I can keep an eye on it though with the spyglass.
Morning comes. Looking across the way, you can see the other town is bristling with soldiery. Whoever is an employed guard for that town must be out and about near the coast, setting watch, keeping eyes out. You can see some sort of figure with like highly reflective metal armor, definitely not an ordinary guard, standing on the dock with a spyglass looking this way.
Do you have a
In-
helmet on?
No helmet. The port over there has a few boats in it, but fewer boats than were there yesterday. It looks like people who could take sail have taken sail and left.
Okay.
One of the large cargo ships there is currently being loaded up with goods and passengers. Watches are set, but it doesn't look like anyone is mounting a rescue. At least not this morning, not at this time.
Okay, once the spellcasters come back, I'll wake Archie up from his watch, and I'll say, they've sent men away. They've sent a cargo ship with a lot of people away somewhere else. They might be looking for reinforcements.
I nod.
Maybe we
I
just
don't-
leave.
I nod. I don't think they're just gonna come over here, I guess. We could wait a little bit, see if they're foolish enough to, but it seems like it might just be time for us to get out of here.
if we're feeling confident, we could maybe try to catch a cargo ship as it leaves.
Again,
could do.
we can't haul any of the stuff on it, really. I mean, we can catch a cargo ship if you guys want, but I think we just take our spoils and run.
Yeah, I've got no loyalty. To these goblins. I say we just hightail.
And we just sail
Fine.
turnward back home.
We can find another Inquisitor to kill. We've made enough here.
I'll talk to the goblins. I'll let them know. Tell them the Inquisitor never came. We're not going to go on a suicide mission. Tell Dreadness that and go to the other land to kill him. Our deal's done. They got to sack the town, and the Inquisitor didn't bother them at all.
I'd also like to give the goblins or Dreadness some advice. Like, if they do come, and it might be a good idea to make a show of like being peaceful and amenable, because otherwise the White Prince might bring a huge army and just wipe you out for as a matter of course. And that this was retribution because, you know, some adventurers came and stirred up trouble.
Go back to being amenable. Say that it was because the of us.
I didn't
Sayonara.
quite follow that. What do you mean say it was because of us?
Say it was because we killed goblins on the coast. So
That's
they
why
had to
the-
make a show.
We
Yeah.
started the fight, and the town
Yeah.
hired us to do it. So this was retribution because the town broke the peace.
Got it.
Yeah. And we get up and I guess we sail off.
Yeah.
Where to? It's a
Home.
big wide world out there.
We got too much gold. We need to drop it off.
We're gonna go home.
You're carrying, you got 2 tons of gold or wealth, plus your own bodies and gear, plus a couple tons of supplies. Your boat's not even half full.
You're not gonna talk us out of it. We gotta go home.
But I spent so much time making maps down here of islands.
We'll
for you to
come
play
back.
with.
We'll come
Okay,
back.
It's fine.
I think we go back. We might even come back straight away and check out what's
Yeah,
going on.
we'll
It'll
come
been a
back pretty
few weeks.
quickly. Nilram, he's gonna get insight, and he's gonna be able to make a new spell that'll help the party.
Oh, that's true. That's one of the big reasons you want to go home, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, we set back home. If we do run into any ships, though, I'm feeling frisky.
Mm.
Especially with call lightning, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there are once again 2 routes you can take. You can island hop, which is longer but more sure, or you can try to cut the distance, shrinking the amount of travel time, but a bad navigation check will put you on the wrong side and overshoot.
And
your
we go for it,
destination.
right? We go for the shortcut.
We always go over the shortcut because Nilram's the greatest navigator alive.
Yeah. Got bad,
What do you
a
want?
good chance of.
I want
Awesome.
a navigation check. I
I
think the first
want to
time
be able to
you-
help you on day 2.
Yeah.
What's up?
The
I'll
first
only
time
be
we.
able to go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead. No.
I'll only be able to help you with your navigation check on day 2 because I have to rest and
that's
refit my
okay.
spells.
What were you gonna say, Koibu?
The first time you did this crossing, there was a penalty involved because you've never really done a crossing like this, and we negated it via the help with
Yeah.
sail. You've done this once, so we will allow you, with sail's help, you can make your check at +1.
Okay, well, here it is. 20.
20 is 1 shy. He is indeed a failure.
God, you got a 3.
Yeah, you know.
Greatest navigator alive, by the way.
It's unlucky.
We should have detected magic in the pile of shit.
Oh, true.
True.
We turned the ship around.
Can we get +1 for Luckstone now?
We don't have one.
Don't give it away, you might have not realised.
I'm a fair player.
Yeah, what about high
Okay,
ground?
yeah. Captain John realizes that part of this battle has damaged his psyche. He has a hard time getting it up and moving.
That's outside of your power now.
Is it? We can argue about it, but dark path. Okay.
Enough.
Days later, the party.
Way down south.
Keep in mind, we don't miss it that much, right? We're
Yeah,
pretty
you will
close.
overshoot the distance and end up near Summerland when you
That's not bad.
come out of your spiral.
Sorry, Captain. I overshot it.
How far away are we?
Just a few islands. 2.
Yeah, alright, well.
But you are right next to Kolrogia, where there should be some somethings waiting for you, buried in the dirt.
Wait. What was that?
Oh, that's right. We instructed them to bring all of their healing salves back. If you remember the guy on the donkey.
Yes.
Yeah. Should we
Let's
just dig it out?
If we're there, let's check it out, yeah.
We'll go and dig it out.
Alright, pull him in.
Another
Pull Hagrid,
half day
sorry.
out to Kolrogia, circling around the backside and finding the spot where you docked your ship before, ran your ship aground, looking
Yeah.
for the treasure
Free.
that should have been buried for you here. Captain, you were
Yes.
the one who gave him the directions on where exactly to bury it. You remember?
I think it was Nilrim who did that.
Or was it Nilrim? Okay, Nilrim.
I'm pretty
do you
sure-
remember exactly.
Because
where
I
it was
wanted to do an
buried?
int check, right?
Huh?
Do you want an int check?
I do. Yeah.
33.
You know exactly where you put it. You mark the spaces and go take a look. Sure enough, after digging down, your hands dig in the soft sand and come across a burlap bag.
Amazing. We open it up.
Yeah.
Is this what I think it is, Norum?
I'll hand it to the captain without looking at it. Here you go.
Nice. I open it up and look inside. There's an Aramvarax. It's actually.
It's a minuscule rust monster.
No! Don't, it's not a rust monster.
Opening up the bag, you can pull out 6 healing salves
Right,
and
yeah, that's my
a
character
note
sheet.
from Captain Starbuck that says, "I'm a man of my word. If I say something, I'll do it. Here's your healing salves."
Base.
Alright, I was hoping for more than 6, but I'll take 6. We now
Load
have
up and, yeah.
15.
Oh, I would like to specify that the captives are blindfolded.
Sure. Yeah.
Anyone need a new solve?
I could use a new one.
I
Yeah.
want to hold another one. Let me hold another one.
Okay. I give one to each of you. So Archie, you okay?
I think I'm good. I'll take one more.
Alright. We've got 12 in reserve.
Yep.
Alright. Back on the ship, let's go. There's trouble waiting for this island. Let's fuck off.
We head home.
You're picking up your supplies. You travel back to 2 days to get back to White Sands. You will, sorry, not White Sands. To
Watson.
Port Ferris.
Port Ferris.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So you will arrive somewhere on Monday the 9th. September.
Okay. Nilrim, we do the fog cloud trick. I do reveal.
Yeah, as we pull into the harbor, I'll take the blindfolds off the 2 prisoners. Alright, you two.
Oh yeah, okay.
We're here. Welcome to your new home.
They look around the empty, quiet underground base with the semi-transparent wall, the huge docking area, your little ship.
Oh, you might have heard a few moments ago my arcane friend over here casting a spell. There's an invisible barrier blocking every exit from this place, so don't get any fancy ideas about trying to make a run for it. Even if you could get a ship and sail somewhere away from here, you'll never get past these invisible barriers. So don't try it. You'll just end up getting on our shit list and getting yourself stabbed the next time we're back here.
I'll
The
scream
prisoners
out.
swallow, and
Nilrim screams out, Oh, go ahead, sir.
Janet asks, I heard the splashing of dozens of oars, yet there's only 4 of you. Did you... How?
That's for us to know,
I'll pat
and
Archie
you to
on the
maybe
back,
find out.
and I'll be like, he's a very strong man.
We can't trust you yet. Keep to your word. You know, perform
Keep to
good service,
your
and
oaths.
we'll tell you one day.
You'll be crew members soon enough. Speaking of a crew member, Nilrim screams for Bobby and
Yep.
Are we gonna make him unload the boat single-handedly?
no, he's got 2 helpers now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's a good point. All right, I'll get off the boat. Bobby, get over here.
Yep. You can hear the tap, tap, tap of the peg leg walking through the hall, and soon Bobby and Wiley have arrived, and they take a look at this. Wiley puts his hand, one good hand in the air, and his knife-cutting hand in the air as well, and says, there's fresh meat. Bobby, get the stew pot ready. I've got a hankering for brains tonight. And Bobby, being the bit of a fool that he is, starts to walk back in the direction of the kitchen while Wiley grabs him with a good hand and shoves him towards the boat roughly.
Bobby,
stumbles
you
in your
too as
direction.
well. Help load everything off the boat. Get it into the mess hall.
I look at both of them. This is Bobby. He is second in charge after I point to Wiley. You gotta listen to both of them. It is a big responsibility, Bobby. Thanks for joining second.
Yeah, it looks like you
Give a
got
nod.
promoted, Bobby.
You got promoted.
From that.
Gentle smile quickly widens into a wide grin as Bobby kicks the cook and says, "Hey, get that box! Pick it up! Post haste! Huh? Like a real sailor now!"
I kick Bobby and I tell him to go get his shit too.
He grabs the box as well.
Don't forget the chain of command.
I'll
Archie's so
wonder.
proud.
I'll wonder aloud. Does Bobby get a cut yet of the loot?
Does he fuck?
I laugh.
Archie will break out in laughter at this hilarious joke that you just made.
That being said, though, I do suppose they deserve some wages. I will go and give. God, how long have we been gone for now? Like 2 weeks?
A little more than that, but yeah.
I will
25 days.
give 30 silver to Bobby. And like 50 silver to Wiley.
50 silver to Wiley.
Yeah,
How much
I think we
was it
should
to
also.
Bobby?
30.
30. To be fair, they don't really need money yet.
Yeah, but I
It's
mean,
like,
if they have, if
but
we
yeah.
ever die or they ever
It's
get
a
out,
token,
yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if there's things, well, people like to be paid too. But if there's stuff they want us to buy while we're out, we can be like, okay, that'll come out of your 50 silver
Yeah.
wages or whatever.
I'll talk to the captain. I think each member of our crew, I do in quotations, should be able to buy their way out of here. I point to like Bobby and the two other people. How about we make it 10,000 gold for their lives, and they'll earn, I don't know, we can figure out the ratio. But basically, if they work for us for like 10 years, they can choose to leave, or they can keep the money. Does that make sense?
I mean, it makes sense, Norum, but do you not think they know a bit too much to be let loose on the world at this point?
I nod. I think that they will choose to stay with us. To be
Perhaps.
honest.
We'll talk about it in 10 years.
The
Maybe,
prospect of freedom is an
let's make it.
important one.
Let's make it 20 years. That way that they actually have a prospect of freedom. You know, I think that's important.
Oh yeah, you can tell them the good news.
Archie's starting to get like
Yeah, bad vibes.
bad vibes because this is how he ended up in
Yeah.
servitude. He's not going to say anything yet, but it's on his mind.
He'll tell them the good news. They'll get 1,000 gold a year. We'll put it away, and then after 10 years, they can either choose to keep the 1,000 gold or keep the 10,000 gold and become pirates with them, or
10,000 gold is like an insane amount of money.
fine.
For
Let's
wages.
make it 1,000 gold, and they'll get 100 gold a year.
Yeah, that sounds.
They can either
that's
choose to
crazy.
keep the 100 gold or the 1,000 gold and stay with us, or they can leave. But
Brophy,
we get
the
10 years.
excellent businessman, does some quick math and goes, so that's 8.3 gold a month, right? But he says this loudly enough that Captain Wiley's in range, and he drops his box and like whirls on his peg leg and stalks back over here and goes, 8.3 gold a month? I only got paid 50 silver, and you're offering this landlubber twice that, huh?
Don't worry, he's not going to get it every month. He'll get it once his time's over. And we weren't gone for a whole month, Wiley. You get more than that.
Wiley, they either join us and get to leave, but they get nothing. Or sorry, they either leave and get nothing, or they join us and we'll give them, a small cut of the fortunes. that we
Anyway.
got.
None of you are leaving here anytime soon. So let's worry about this in a few years' time. For now, you need to learn your duties. You need to get used to what's going on around here. If I see you talking back to me, if you're not doing your job correctly, the only way you're getting out of this place is if you're tied to a rock and thrown to the bottom of the sea.
I pull a
It goes
piece
for
of
everyone
hair.
apart from you, Wiley. You're not
Yeah,
a prisoner here.
I pull a piece of hair out from both of their heads, and I think Bobby's, and I'm gonna put them in a little jar, cork it, and say like, if you ever leave, this is how I'm going to track you, and I will hunt you down.
All right, let's get you some rooms, and Bobby, show them some rooms.
as rubes get settled and money gets pulled out of the hold and supplies get moved and Wiley sets Bobby to refilling the water on the boat and all these things, Wiley tries to get the four of you off into a little corner to chat with him for a moment. Listen, lads, you've been doing very well. Look at the wealth you brought back. It's quite magnificent. Brings tears to this old man, this old pirate's heart to know that someone's out there still carrying on the legacy, even if I'm stuck with this chopping knife for a hand and this piece of shit wood for an ankle.
As far as I remember, Wiley, you managed to use that knife quite well.
Well, I'm getting on in the years, and I'm not fooling myself. I ain't no spring chicken. I know my better days are behind me, and I'm happy to play the bystander and cheerleader these days. But I do have a request.
Of course. Let's hear it.
It's been almost a month on this island, in this fortress. Well, when you're all gone, Bobby and I are stuck indoors. There ain't no one else out there. There ain't nowhere else for us to go. It'd be mighty nice if we could stretch our legs and get out every now and then again. Is there some way of getting in and out of here safely?
Not
Or
while
we
we're
don't get
gone.
stuck?
But we'll be here for a week or so. Nilram will open the door for you a couple of times, so you can
Well, I try to
stretch your
think.
legs.
I think that there is actually like a rooftop, right? That they can enter freely, or no?
Nope. It's
No,
all sealed
okay,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
The
I
answer
think-
is no,
Well-
but I'll take you guys out right now.
Oh, I mean, look, I don't want to be a dog taken out for walks. You know, it's not a good feeling, captains. However, maybe just putting an idea out into the wind and seeing if it catches a sail. Maybe you could get yourself one of them fancy their apprentices who could hang out round parts and make it might easier for us to come and go. You know, that way we could get some fresh fish, food from the island, fresh veg. You know, when you're gone, it's just salted meat and potatoes for a month.
Would be nice.
I know.
What do
I'll-
you
Inquisitors
think?
capture some
Could we-
kids every now and then, take them away. There's probably a place out there somewhere where there's a whole bunch of raw recruits.
I understand. Magic's a little bit hard, okay? I'd have to buy him a spell book, and I point to the spell book. I believe this one costed 10,000 gold.
10,000 gold for a
These are
book?
not. It's no ordinary
The
book.
fuck
Captain.
are we doing
There's a
messing around
reason.
with goblins?
There's a
Where
reason
can we
this was
find
the
more of
only
these things?
thing I was clutching when we washed up on the shore.
I'm sure. But
I will work on it. Your words are not falling on deaf ears.
Maybe as a temporary reprieve, we could send you and Wiley, or you and Bobby over on a small skiff for a week, and then you come back.
sure
No.
love some land time. I mean, not land time, but city time. There's I mean, Bobby looks pretty good when you put a skirt on him, but it's not quite the same. You know, he doesn't move his hips quite. I still gotta train him to do the dancing right. I'd love to make myself to a bar where there's some proper ladies.
Well, I tell you
know,
what,
Oh,
Wiley.
we have a bartender.
I tell you what, Wiley.
We
A
don't
few
have
islands
any
out from
dances.
here, there's some sort of vacation island where all the rich and famous of the Dardanelles go to holiday. You know the place I'm talking about?
Of course I do.
Well, unfortunately, I don't think we can show our faces around there. But then again, you've got a nice tongue on you. You know, you can talk the talk. What do you guys
They
think
all
about?
say.
We drop Wiley and Bobby off there for a few days. Maybe Wiley, while you're there, you could speak to some of the local dignitaries and maybe come up with some leads for us and enjoy yourself at the same time. Just don't cause
It'll
any
be a
trouble.
work mission, though.
Of course. Of course.
Means
I'd
expenses.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, captains. Thank you, wizard
yeah,
boys
see-
and stuff.
A nod. All right, let's leave him there for a week.
Well, okay. We'll go. We'll go tomorrow or the day after or something.
Can you guys go? And I need to research.
Yeah, that's fine. We can go.
Okay.
Wiley, take a walk with me for a minute.
Aye, lad. And he clacks by your side.
Listen, I know you're just you're happy and you're just talking, but remember, there's only one captain in the crew here. I won't have you referring to any of the other three as captain.
Of course, son. Of course. I
Good luck.
just seen you two fighting over the captain's quarters, and
I know. Well, wizards, they need a lot of space. I'm used to sleeping in ship cabins anyway.
Speaking of which, like you guys could use a ship with some more coverage. You've been lucky so far not to run into any big storms, get yourself or your gear washed out overboard. But
Yeah, I know.
we're heading on into the autumn months now, and the autumn storms are going to be coming through this area. Dardennes
it's
is
true.
not so
It was-
bad during the summer. During the winter, though, whew, Stair isn't here to bless the lands with his light. The weather turns might bit foul. Might do to have a sturdier, larger ship with some proper cover.
Well, you talked about these shipyards where they make them. We did think about trying to steal one from there, but the real problem we're running into is we can't dock anywhere in this fucking place because the Inquisitor's going to check the records and work out that this ship was stolen. The ones that they get made out of the dockyard, are they already inscribed with papers and numbers? Or does that happen somewhere else?
They make up the papers in the dockyards. Usually not till ships are done, since the papers come with a complete description of the ship in all possible ways, and yada yada. Ship orders sometimes change during the bit. Papers are often the last thing to be done. Wait till the whole ship is built.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Bobby. Wiley, we'll be eating dinner later tonight. We've got a cook here, so
Oh,
I'll see you
Captain,
later.
You wounded me. I don't know if I'll recover from that one. Oh,
I'm sorry.
well,
I'm sorry.
You go ahead. I need to catch my breath. He just sits against the wall like, oh, God.
So I think we need to have a conversation that night about something I've been thinking about, because even if we get a new ship with new number and new papers, it only takes us doing something crazy on one island for that number to be blacklisted, and then we're back in the same situation we were before.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's not really going to work, right?
No, but Nilram will tell you about his spell, which he thinks will negate this problem.
How so?
Basically, I'm going to be able to take ships and put them in a bottle. I know this sounds crazy, but anytime we go on an island, we can kind of just go about the town, just say our ship's one of those, you know? And nobody will be none the wiser. It'll completely get rid of the issue of docking.
You'll be able to do it just like that, real quick, like?
We'll need to park on a side of the island where we'll need to park, and then I will need 1 to 5 hours for us to be able to put the ship in the bottle. Yeah. Depending on how
Okay.
fast you guys can load and unload.
So then we're just worried about someone asking us what ship we're on and getting
Yeah.
suspicious, right? Okay.
But that doesn't really happen. They might ask you where you're from, but nobody besides the guards will ask you which ship is yours, you know?
Yeah.
So if we're in a bar, in a tavern, it shouldn't be an issue.
And you say you're researching the spell now?
Yeah, in my quarters.
All right, well, Archie, Sale, you guys fancy a trip out? We'll take Bobby and Wiley to Vacation Island.
Sounds amazing, Captain.
Sounds like a good plan.
Captain, is it
One
possible?
worry is... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Is it possible that we could leave one person here, either Archie or Sale? I just don't want to get hurt.
Shanked
by
in your
those
sleep.
two. Yeah, shanked in my sleep, you know?
That was my exact concern as well.
Yeah.
You think we can sail the ship? Just the two of us, Archie?
Like old times, Captain.
All right, yeah. And I think back to our trip to Vacation Island. Didn't Archie and I get in any trouble? I feel like maybe the two of us can return safely enough. So maybe we can have a little vacation.
But you're not going to be able to because, Captain, there's flyers out for our arrest the whole time.
Fuck! You're right. Fine, we'll just drop them off.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll go in the morning. Bobby, Wiley, get your shit together. Be ready to go in the morning. We'll drop you off and we'll come back a week later.
Aye, thank you, lad. It'll be a pleasure to stretch my legs. I'll wrap my arms around some sort of sea wench out there. Maybe Bobby can, kick his knickers once in his life.
Give him 100 gold, Captain. Let him go wild.
No, don't. I'm not No one's getting 100 gold. Even Nilrim, even you wouldn't get 100 gold. I'll give you money, though, while you're out there for expenses.
Wiley pats Bobby on the back. Bobby winces reflexively from, his time alone with with Wiley. Like, I'll show you the world, Bobby. You've been a good mate till now. We'll get you. Well, you've been a good deckhand. We'll turn you into a proper mate. Get you mated somewhere. Winces again. And
Come
you
back a
guys
man, Bobby.
can rest and relax.
Yeah.
And you can take them out to the island. Let me just do some quick encounter checks. Make sure nothing goes on.
Yeah. So Sail and Nilrim are staying behind.
Yeah.
Yep.
Worst case, they die and Norm becomes, or Norm or Sale becomes the captain.
Yeah, because it's spellcast party.
Yep.
While they're gone, I'm gonna have these people. I assume Bobby's done a pretty good job, but it always needs having other eyes look around and see stuff is always better than one. So I'm gonna have them go around Dust. I'm gonna have him set up the bar. I'm gonna have her fix the kitchen up. Make it a home.
Yeah. You've already
And,
got some supplies, and so they can start using these to properly furnish the place and add some touches of home decor and get the place a little bit better, a little bit more livable.
What are their names again?
Janet is the cook, and John Brophy is the bartender.
So him being a Brophy is weird. I'll talk to him. Are you a noble? You have a last name.
Minor noble, my lord. Family kept the name, lost our lands, kept just enough money to invest in my business. And my brother and I, well, we used to run the business together.
Until? He says with a smile.
Until one day this madman landed his boat on the wrong dock.
Oh, come on now, John. We're gonna be good friends. You swore an oath, and I hope, by the gods, that you intend to keep it.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Why don't you and Janet come with me, and I'll show you to your quarters.
They do.
He'll take him to, I don't know, this room, and we'll stack 4 people to a room. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna put J and J for John and Janet, and they can stay in there.
They
And
share
then,
a room.
Yeah, I think we're kind of running out of single rooms, so
Oh, okay.
Unless they complain. Were these bigger rooms over here like dorms?
Mm-hmm. Once upon a time, they were dorms. You can do whatever you want with the rooms right now since they came sort of unfurnished.
I'll throw them in there then, since. Yeah, so we'll have them both in there.
Yeah, that's like the lowest ranking room, and maybe if
Yeah.
they're good, they might get like one of the nicer bedrooms.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. On the way back, assuming we get back, I'm going to pick up some fresh fish from that trading island or archipelago that we went to.
Excellent. The Janet. And the Brophy. You want to pick up fish? Is this
Yeah.
like a mechanical you're resupplying or a flavor
Well,
text of?
A bit of a resupply, but also just getting some fish and potatoes so she can make fish and chips.
Right.
Also, need to have a little conversation with Bobby in the morning before we leave. Bobby, no, I think I can trust you. I don't have anything to worry about, do I, leaving you out there on an island for a week?
He shakes his head.
I hope so.
What do you mean? What sort of
You're
trouble?
not gonna go tell anyone about this place or tell them what happened to you or where you came from, anything like that. You're in our crew now, so I expect you to keep stum.
His head bobbies up and down.
While he might look drunk. The man's been drinking his whole life. He's never wasted. He'll be keeping one eye on you, so I'll know.
Of course, Captain. All
All right.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Enjoy yourself. We'll go soon.
Okay.
All right, and then me and Archie head off. Archie, to be back on the sea, just the two of us without those two spellcasting idiots trying to tell us what to do all the time. This is what it's meant to be like, you know.
A simpler time, Captain. A simpler time.
You know,
race row for you.
if it hadn't been for that storm, we'd have been kicking our feet up in Solemn right now, living like kings. You and me.
Well, we do almost have enough money to live like kings now, don't we?
Almost, yeah. Not as much as that ship was worth, though. That was a fortune of a lifetime.
Wow, yeah. Maybe we'll get a ship like that again sometime, Captain.
Maybe. I ain't even seen it. I doubt even the White Princess got a ship that good. Thing was exquisite. Finest Arcadian engineering. Just a shame about the gods. It was.
A pleasure to even row, but could you imagine what we could have done with these drums?
Yeah. No, that would have been something else. We could have, instead of having 50 crew members, we could have just had 50 more passengers, made even more money. Not that it would have helped us in the end. That goddamn storm. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, you think Sail had anything to do with that storm? You think that thing had anything to do with it?
There's no way, Captain. Sail wouldn't do that. Sail would never do that to us.
Yeah, maybe
Well,
not
he's helped us
Sail.
so much.
Yeah, well, what about his patron?
I mean, the one we can't say?
Yeah.
The wizard man, for some reason, keeps saying.
I'm forever told that wizards are smart, but you wouldn't think
Well,
it.
I talked to Sail about it, and his patron, the way he described him, made it seem like a cool guy. You know, he can give him powers. He's out there. He's helped us out. You know, he seems pretty. I was talking to him of maybe, you know, maybe his patron could give me some power as well. Maybe he could help me punch people even harder. You know.
I don't know if you need any help with that, Archie, but yeah, maybe. I don't know what you'd have to do to win its favor, though. You see, because I'm thinking, Sail seems pretty hell-bent on this White Prince guy. But if our ship had never sunk, he'd have never even been in the Dardanelles. So, and let's think about it. That ship. Does that look like a ship that could be taken down by any normal storm to you? I think it was, like I said,
No.
finest
People were saying
Arcadian
it's-
engineering. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure people were saying it's unsinkable, right?
Unsinkable, yeah, that's what I heard too.
Yeah.
They also said it was unhijackable, but that turned out not to be true.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just I don't know, let's just be careful here. We've been on a whistle-stop fucking tour of this place since we crash landed on that shore. This is the first time we've really got a chance to speak, just the two of us, but the two of them, they're dangerous.
Yeah, you know, Captain, the way the Magic Man was, you know, the whole goblin thing, I understand why we did it, and, you know, I've always got your back when we do stuff like that, but the way he was,
Yeah.
he was, like, laughing, he was, like, enjoying it, it was a little weird.
Yeah,
I think,
and
like,
did Neal ever tell you what Sail did to the bodies in that mansion on top of the hill that time where we fought the Swordsmaster? You remember?
oh, when I fainted, yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Apparently, he cut them all up, hung them from the gates.
Ooh.
We can control them for now, but they're growing in power. We need to just make sure that we keep ourselves in a favorable position, if you know what I mean.
Captain, you know, no matter what happens, I'm always gonna have your back.
I know. Yeah. Just thought we'd have this talk just to make sure we're on the same page here.
Always, Captain. Don't worry. But
All right.
I think Sail. I think if he wanted to fuck us over, you know, I feel like he would have. We got to keep an eye.
You'd have done it by now.
Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. Nilram's got ambition when it comes to our group here. Sail's ambition seems to be directed towards the center of this storm. The White Prince. I feel like his motivations can be controlled. It's Nilram's a little bit more chaotic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's just enjoy the trip.
It's so nice to be out on sea again. I'll start singing
yeah.
a sea shanty.
Yeah, okay, I join in. I'm sure Wiley knows it too. Or maybe we teach it to Wiley because it's like an Arcadian sea shanty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sea shanties are enjoyed by all. You guys make it to Angel Island, which Wiley informs you is the proper name for this vacation abode.
All right. When we land there, or as we drop them off, how's the best way to drop them off? Even.
Get near shore, let them hop overboard and swim the rest of the way, or put them on a little skiff and then row them back.
Yeah, I think I'll stay in the boat and then I'll send Archie out in a skiff with them, and then Archie can sail back. And I guess I'll tell them that we'll meet them here in a week's time, sunrise in 7 days' time. And before I send them off in the skiff, I think I will give Wiley 25 gold and Bobby 15.
All right.
So that should keep them going for a week. 40 gold between them.
Excellent. Mark it off the party sheet.
Done.
And then you return back to Port Ferris, to your secret base. Does your secret base have a name?
Not yet. We pick up fish and potatoes on the way.
Yep. Would you mark off maybe another 100 silver for fish and potatoes?
Vinegar. And vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Party returns back to the underground lair. Actually, before you get back, Nilbrum and Sail, you guys have a few days, just the two of you and the newcomers. Bar gets set up, good food gets made. It's much more enjoyable than Bobby's cooking. Anything the two of you are up to?
I think Nilbrum just kind of studying. He needs to do his new spell. He feels bad, but he literally has to spend time on that and figure it out.
All right, Sail, what about you?
I'm going to be trying to sort of befriend our captives, but I'm also going to be experimenting with a few spells that I want to see what happens when I use them. So that's kind of the crux of what I'd like to do in this time.
Sure. Let's start with the spells. What spells are you playing with?
I would like to make sure nobody's around, but I'd like to privately find out what happens when I cast Create Holy Symbol. What appears in my hands? Is it just, the spell component that I need for all my spells? Do I just get sand, or is there maybe a recognizable symbol of some kind that appears?
That's a very good question. You cast Create Holy Symbol and a cube, like a perfectly flat, even on all sides cube of sandstone appears before you.
How big is it? Roughly hand size? It's just
Could fit in the palm of your hand, so maybe 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. 10 centimeters cubed.
So it'd be almost like a Rubik's Cube type size. You live about that size. Gotcha.
A little bit smaller than a Rubik's Cube, I think.
And I assume this sand will work like the pendant I have around my neck. If I rub it, actual usable spell component sand would come off it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, interesting.
I'm sorry, 6.35 centimeters. I can't convert. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, so it's it's not a huge thing, but it's hefty enough that you could feel it in your hand. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm perplexed by this. This is I've never seen a god have a holy symbol that is a cube of sand. It's a cube of sandstone. It's also the fact that it is a what's the word I'm looking for here? The the holy symbol is itself a spell component, or rather, it is what's the word? Like a natural element, or it's not. Usually, symbols are given meaning. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, sandstone just has meaning. It's a rock.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Whereas
normally, it's
you might shape something.
Yeah, someone's holy symbol might be like a pair of golden interlocked rings, and it's just always a pair of golden interlocked rings. But this is, you use part of the holy symbol to cast your spells, and if it starts as a cube, you use it enough, and soon it's just going to be like a ball or like a sphere or an oblong thing. Like the holy symbol will change in shape and weight and volume over the time. It is not a... It is a most unusual holy symbol, yes.
Because most holy symbols, this is just for my own personal information, would usually be, like, say the symbol of a stair, it might be, I don't know, like a wooden carving of 3 triangles, is it? Or
Yeah, a triangle with a ring on each corner.
Yeah. That's really weird. I don't even know how to respond to that, because I was expecting, like, maybe something... I was expecting sand, but I didn't know, like, I will inspect the cube and see if I can learn anything from it. Like, is there anything magical, or is it just, like, extremely mundane?
Yeah, you've got time to inspect it. Let's take a look. It does not radiate any magic. The sand appears to be of a similar type to this one that you have. The coloring between them is not exact, but they're both that sort of off-white, not quite brown, sandy color. The new cube is darker in color than the current pendant that you're wearing, but only by a shade. It's like you put a little less milk in your coffee. Non-magical coloring is slightly different. It's about 2.5 inches on a side. It doesn't come with any bindings or anything to attach it to anything. You'd have to like tie something around it to affix it to yourself. And for all purposes and probes, it just appears to be pretty normal sandstone. You get the impression if you were to take a hammer to it, it would just like shatter and break into 1,000 pieces.
Yeah,
very mundane.
I'll spend the rest of the day just like shaping it into another pennant. That should be fairly simple because it's just like sandstone.
Yeah, real easy to do, no problem. And you've got plenty of string around. That's in your initial supplies that you bought.
Yeah, I'm making it for Archie, basically.
Oh. Then you wanted to chat with Janet and Brophy and get to know them a little bit, right?
Yeah, I just want to basically check in on them because they're in a pretty confusing time, right? They've been essentially... Everyone they know has been killed. They've been kidnapped by pirates who work with goblins, and now they live in a island.
Yeah. Well, as you're chatting with them, Brophy lets you know this isn't the first time he's been captured by pirates. I'm not from around these parts. I'm originally from a large island off the western coast of Solemn. On my way to Arcadia once, captured by pirates, ended up being enslaved, sold. I'm actually adopted into the Brophy family. I wasn't born with this name,
I'll say to him, hey, that's kind of what happened to me when I first came here. Looks like we do have something in common.
Well, there are a whole bunch of us on the boat. Yeah. Sail's kind of a weird name. Where'd you get that?
My parents were kind of weird guys. They named me and my brother Sail and Bale, because in their old tongue, I think it was their great-grandparents spoke a local dialect, and it meant something else. I never really bothered to learn the language. You'd have to ask my brother, Bale, what the names mean.
I knew a guy named Bale once.
Really? Where? It's like...
He was a prisoner on the pirate ship with me.
When? How long ago was this?
Decades? Something like that? 15 years ago?
Decades?
20 years ago? It's been a long time.
decades. But my brother was captured, but he's only been missing a couple of years.
Probably a coincidence then. When was your brother captured?
This is out of character. When was my brother captured?
You were both pretty young, right? So how old are you now?
I think we originally said it was like I went home and then it was a few years later that I came back to the Dardanelles. So
it's only been like
capped.
5 years, 8 years, something like that?
Yeah, probably 5 to 8 years would be reasonable.
He goes, yeah, it was before that time.
Before then, Bale. It's such a rare name. Are you sure it was that long ago? Have you lost track of time living on these islands?
Well, see, the thing is, I'm not exactly sure how long we were captured. They spent a long time underground. 1 year, 5-year period, I'm not sure. Pirates were hiding out near Port Prince, and they left us underground with a bunch of food and water, and came back to refill it every now and then. There were maybe 40 of us captives, and sometimes they'd come by and take people out, and sometimes they'd come and drop people off. They were trying to ransom us all for money. This was before I was adopted.
And how did you get off? How did you escape?
Eventually, they told us they didn't need us anymore, that Bale and I were completely worthless and nobody wanted us. And after years of trying to ransom us, they just kicked us out into Port Prince. We went our separate ways then. It felt like 10 years underground. It might have actually only been a couple. Let's see. Then we both made it to our way to Port Prince, went our separate ways in there. I happened to come across this. He explains the story of like a carriage that was going through town where the horses got spooked by some kids that were like playing pranks on a nearby neighbor and accidentally spooked the horses, and they headed off down a street and like were barreling towards certain death for the riders. When this guy John Brophy managed to like calm the horses down enough that they didn't careen off, and he was soon rewarded, and they realized he didn't have anywhere to go, and they took him into the family, and that's where he met the other Brophy brother. After a couple of years, he was adopted into the family, and then the family quickly fell on hard times, partially due to the adoption. The neighbors, they didn't like taking in a outsider, and quickly all of our contracts dried up. Parents couldn't handle it. Mother died of heartbreak. Father took us out to the outer rim where we could find something more affordable. My brother and I set up a restaurant, and then years later, my father died, and my brother and I ran our restaurant up until a crazy man showed up and docked his ship on the wrong dock.
Hey, I feel for you because I lost my brother too. But I think you know him. Do you remember what Bale looked like?
Yeah, and he describes someone that sort of fits your brother's description, but he uses like long hair and a long beard because they like were underground for so long together. But about the same height, probably a little bit thinner than your description of your brother. Brownish hair, longer face. Maybe 130. Your brother probably weighed closer to 150.
Yeah.
But the description's not entirely off.
I'll actually go over and like put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Thank you so much. You've given me a small sliver of hope for my mother's broken heart. My brother may actually still be alive. I had come here, but I had already assumed he was dead, and I just needed to get away from her."
There's one way you could thank me.
Like, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm not doing that.
You could set me free. You could set me free. You could set me free.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I misread situations. Yeah. Maybe if I find my brother, I'll lower your sentence. But you've been super useful. Thank you.
If you want to look for him, Port Prince is where I'd start.
For sure. Thank you.
Mm.
And I'll like try to like read the situation. Did he come away with that like feeling like that was like a good conversation, or does he feel like, oh god, I need to get out of here, sort of a thing? Obviously, he wants to get out of here, but is he kind of content with the situation he's in?
You know, once upon a time, he was a captive with potentially your brother for many years. Now he is captured by his former comrade's brother. So it's sort of a similar situation to as it was before. You know, there's definitely a familiarity, almost like a familiarity.
Resignation.
Yeah. But like now he's on the other side. If he was a captive with Bale, now he's captive by Sale. So there's a family connection, and maybe, you know, it's a little bit lighter than it was before. It's a little bit more, it's not just I'm captured by bloodthirsty pirates. It's like, hey, I know this pirate's brother, and he and I were buds for a long time. Maybe things are gonna work out. You
Okay,
know?
yeah. Brilliant. That's all I really have to say to Brophy, other than like, you know, if my brother says so, if I find him, I think I will give you extra time served or let you go. I will have to talk to my crew though.
Yeah. And the rest of the party will show back up, make their way into the secret area. Nilrim will have to be sort of keeping an eye out to let them in, but I think that's all manageable and doesn't need to be worked on too much.
Yeah, Norm will let him in. And we level up.
Yeah.
I'll deliver the fish and chips to the cook, Janet.
Let's calculate experience for last session and this one. Our party fought goblins.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sacked town. Yep. With some help.
Yep. Made a shit ton of gold.
Let's look at our goblin encounter.
Imagine we got rogue XP for gold stolen.
Oh boys, we gotta hope for some good XP.
Yeah.
Should be pretty good.
How much are you thinking? Like 5?
No,
If it's 5,000, we're good.
I don't think it'll be 5,000 personally.
Then we're not good.
It might be.
Let's see. There were a whole bunch of goblins that you fought and killed on the beach that time.
True.
Yeah, we got more healing salves as well.
So we ended that quest.
You sort of talked your way out of some situations. You bought yourself some time by siding with the town against the goblins, and so you didn't get jailed right away. That's worth some experience.
Yep.
You switched sides, joined with the goblins, and sacked the town. That's worth that amount of experience.
Be a big XP.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, we're not getting XP for spells cast or money stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We're getting big XP here, Nick. That's what's happening.
Oh, you killed a bunch of guards as well in the fight, so Becca is worth a little bit of a special XP because you had a relationship with her. You took 2 people captive.
One being a noble.
Finished up the other quests. For that. RP with the Wiley and Bobby, trusting them to, go on an island. You're making progress in your relationship with them and sort of bringing Bobby into the fold. You've sort of promoted him and turning them into proper crew members and not just prisoners.
Discovered some new islands.
Oh, right. Discovered a bunch of new islands. Well, one new island. And divide this between 4 players. Everybody is right. Misses zeros.
Yeah, it sounds like you
Probably. You probably missed a 0. I'll take 412 experience. Don't forget to say your 10% if you get it.
No, it's 1305.
Oof. No, I'm just not going to be happy with that.
That's
Is he
right.
saying 13,000?
1,305.
No, there's no way, Koibu. That's no experience.
I missed something.
There's 0%
Salty Bets
chance.
gave you guys 750.
We
Yeah, we didn't
stacked
even
an
do
entire town.
Yeah,
Well, the goblins did most of the work for you, right?
that doesn't matter because that was our fucking
6
plan.
Let me redo the math on this one. Hold on.
Yeah, please.
We
Please.
should have killed the Inquisitor. You would have leveled for sure.
Island. Prisoners times 2. Finished up that quest over there.
Yeah, how
I
much did you
think one
get
of
for your
my-
pirate fox sale?
I got 10%, which was 1400 XP.
So just throwing
What?
that out there, Neil.
Yeah,
I
just
think I
kinda-
did miss a 0 on some of the sacking XP.
Thank
Ah.
Okay.
Ah.
5,000 XP copium.
Yeah, I think I put something in as 500 when it should have been 5,000.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
But you know,
I
that's
don't think
before it
that's
gets
enough on
divided
you.
by.
Yeah, it's still not going to be not been enough for no to level, but
No, I'm
A
okay
ma-
with
a
this
man can
actually.
dream.
yeah.
I'll just come with better pirate facts next week, and that's how I level.
2,494. There we go.
Like that.
Something was
Plus 10%, right?
yeah. So 2,743 for those of you with the bonus.
Oh. 1,600 in Nilrim levels.
125.
Yeah, same.
What are you leveling to? 6?
5.
Fuck, what's your XP?
I'm at 18,603.
Wait, do fighters level slower than priests?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
at first.
Oh, I suppose there's a disparity at higher levels then.
Wait, you're at 18,000 XP?
Yes.
You level up. You're leveled.
Wait, I thought I'm 20k.
No,
Level.
16.
Oh, it's 16. Yeah.
Oh shit! Nice.
Boom.
All right, what do I get?
You will get an additional 1d10 plus 3 hit points. You will get an additional +1 to hit. And it's level 5, and I think that's it.
No skills, no.
What
No,
level
level
does he
6
second
you get
attack?
another fighting weapon proficiency. And then you can become a master with your fists and gain an additional 2 to hit and 1 to damage. But that
People
is
are
the
saying
next
mastery
level.
with punches, but that's apparently level 6.
Yeah, you get the slot level 6. In theory, if you
Okay.
do like some super crafty skill saving point thingies, you can get it at 5, but then you're like wasting a proficiency slot for 2 levels to do so.
Okay.
Yeah, you might do that anyway, and then Neil say, "No, you can't have it yet."
So go ahead and roll us a d10 plus 3 and don't roll poorly.
Come on, need to roll big on this one. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
I'm calling it 8.
I'll take an 8.
Is that it before or after the 3 is applied?
Oh, that's
Before.
before.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
That could be worse.
I mean, 7 is like 2 goblins worth of health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good HP.
So I'm at 35 max. I'm also assuming we're all full HP now.
Yeah, I think you guys rest here long enough and you can get up.
Okay.
You'll get
The
another.
additional +1 to hit, do I put that in anywhere?
Yeah, I just added it for you. It's in the red thing on the right side that says hit adjust, and there's like a 4 under the from
Perfect.
level. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
So 35 is your new max HP. That is a lot.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
When do I get a new non-weapon proficiency?
Next level. You get weapon and non-weapon at 6.
Got it.
I think at 7 he gets his 2 attacks per round then, isn't it?
Yes. At level 7, you get an additional attack per round.
Oh shit.
You're gonna be a big guy. Yeah, I think it's 7.
I don't remember. I looked at the table one time and
Yep. 7 is an additional attack every round.
Sick.
Or every other round? Every other round. It goes from 1 per 1 to... Melee Warrior... Yeah, it's an extra half attack a round. So, with your specialization, you'll be doing 2 attacks per round with your right hand. Perfect. So, party members, you guys can rest and relax on your little island base for a little while. What is our direction here? Where would you like to go? What would you like to do? Do you want to spend the next week thinking about it?
I think maybe we go back to where we've just been, right? You know, check up on the Goblin Island, and then if not, check out some more of the stuff around there.
Going back and checking on the goblins is good. Nilrim still needs 1500 XP, so
Yeah.
however we can get that.
even just exploring and finding out, like, did the White Prince come back and wipe out the goblins or whatever happened?
Yeah. Be interesting to know what the result of that kind of action is.
Mm-hmm.
What level are you now, Archie?
I am level 5.
Oh, you do get saving throws at 5.
Saving
That's
throws,
an odd
yeah.
level for a fighter.
Okay.
Paul. Let's see. Level 5 fighter, your saving throws all improve by... They all go down by 2, which is an improvement, except for your saving throw versus breath weapon, which goes down by 3.
What is a breath weapon? Is that like dragon's breathing
Dragon's
fire
breath,
and shit?
yeah.
Yeah.
So that should be 11, 13, 12, 13, 14. I'm looking at your character sheet.
yeah,
It looks
they're-
like they did not go down last time. They should have either.
Ooh.
11, 13, 12, 13, 14.
11, 13, 12, 13, 14?
11, 13, 12, 13, 14, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Perfect. So we're nearing the end of our session time here. Do you guys want to set your direction now? Do you want to take the week to think about where you want to go? I know you said back to that area in general. Is that just like a poke your head in and see what's up and determine what
I think
happens
it's a
from
poke our
there?
head and then check some of the other
We're
islands
gonna
out
get
around
Wiley
there.
first.
Yeah, well, I'm assuming that we've done that by the time we leave.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
I'll roll some encounter checks to make sure you guys don't end up alone by yourself. Although that could be fun. We'll see. We'll determine that next time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
let's
I
just
think...
figure out what we do next week then, because we
Perfect.
might want to go do the stuff with Wiley at that island.
Yeah.
I don't know though.
Yeah, he might come up with some leads. I did tell him to do some research.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I would like to give. I assume Archie and everyone is back.
Yeah,
From-
we can say they're
Yeah.
back, or you could say you have done this before they left.
I will go to Archie and be like, Archie, check it out. I got my god to give me a holy symbol. I know you were kind of interested in it, so here you go. And I'll give him like a little. It's like a little sandstone. It's kind of heart shaped, but I'm not very good at crafting. So
Oh, it's awesome. It looks like 2 fists. That's so sick.
yeah, it came like that.
That's really
that's
cool.
funny.
Thank you so much,
I-
Sale.
I asked my god to make you a holy symbol, and there it is.
What is it? So, how do I use it? What does it do?
I think you have to like rub the sand off and say the god's name. Well, I don't know if he's cool with you doing that yet. I think you'd have to like make friends with him first.
Okay. How do I
But
make
you-
friends with him?
He hasn't told me yet. I don't think he likes having lots of friends. So I think it's just me for now.
Okay. All right. Then no, that's fine.
But maybe if you get into a lot of trouble, like if you're drowning, you could try it. Like I mean, if you're gonna die, you may as well try.
All right. Well, thank you, Sale. I think this will come in handy.
If nothing
Archie
else,
proceeds to beat people over the head with it.
if nothing else, it's a symbol of our friendship, Archie. And I like hold out my hand and shake it to shake.
I give you an extremely firm handshake.
Nice.
And that's where we will end for the day. When we come back next week, we will return to Krob Strait, see what the goblins have done, see what the White Prince's men have done.
We have some Patreon questions.
We do.
Yes, let's do it.
What is the short-term goal that each player's character currently has? Nilrum's is to figure out the ship in the bottle stuff. He's been working on it for quite a while, so hopefully he can get that done. That's his short-term goal.
Archie just wants to be out on the sea, wants to hang out with Captain John and go on adventures, and he wants to teach Bobby how to punch.
Short-term goal is definitely find like a new ship and some way to avoid this problem we're having where we can't dock anywhere without being immediately under suspicion.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I've been coughing a lot, so I had a hard time hearing the question.
What is Sale's short-term goal?
I think Sale has kind of achieved his current short-term goal, which was to solidify himself in the party, make friends with everyone, and establish a relationship. He's friends with Archie. He has a workable relationship with Nilrum, and he has a almost sidekick, helpful relationship with Captain Winters. So he's starting to think a little bit more long-term now.
Next question. Now that you're all somewhat established and in control of your lives to a greater extent, for each character, what is keeping you in the Dardanelles? You are all at tremendous risk, being enemies of the White Prince, and could easily sail to Drekus and be under much less risk and still prosper. Nilrum is staying here. He knows about the Fountain of Youth, and he likes his friends, and his friends like killing, and Nilrum likes killing. So he's got a few reasons to be here. Seems pretty easy for him to kill and find the Fountain of Youth.
I think John's kind of a impulsive kind of guy, right? And with all that's going on, it kind of feels like we're got some momentum here and part of like something bigger. So he's kind of involved in that and just kind of seeing where it takes him. But to be honest, the real reason to stick around is that he's very worried about his soul if he were to just abandon Sale after promising to help with his work for Rohi. So I think John wants to stick around until he's pretty certain that his afterlife is secured.
Yeah, Archie's just along for the ride with John.
Sale has secretly Sale has an ego, and he thinks that being part of something bigger, like taking on the White Prince, is exactly where he should be in life.
Question for the captain. What are your thoughts on the reputation the group seems to be building? Are you not worried at all that the reputation of being bloodthirsty savages will make it harder to pull Littlefinger-esque shenanigans where you betray and use other people?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of why I've been resisting like just killing every NPC, because I kind of wanted to make it part of my character to, like have like side deals and play people off against each other and etc. etc. But kind of there's not many NPCs that are surviving their first interaction with us. So I am a little bit worried about the reputation. I was kind of hoping that we could go down south and maybe have a good reputation as our alter egos down south and be bloodthirsty pirates up north. But depending on what was seen, that might have gone the wrong way now.
Maybe in the east,
We got a good reputation with the goblins now.
Yeah.
Surely in the east we'll have a good reputation, Cope.
Yeah, exactly.
Sale doesn't have the ability to freely reverse spells, right?
Some spells are reversible,
Yeah,
and he can memorize the spell and then cast either version of it. It is one of those other powers of his god that I was just gonna not mention and let him do.
Well, I'll ask the question then. Out. Without spoiling anything, could we get an explanation on what we know so far about Sale's abilities to freely reverse spells? Does he not require the reverse spell components? And if not, is there any way to get stuff like Unholy Water anywhere on Dardan? I guess that's for Koibu.
I could attempt to answer, which would maybe
Please.
be more vague
That's
because I know
yes.
less. Sale currently does not know why he can reverse spells. He just knows that sometimes he's like, I want to like bless my allies, and then by the time he's about to do it at the last second, he's like, no, I'm going to curse, and he's able to change certain spells at will without really having to do like the normal amount of work you would have to do would be something like you'd have to actually choose I'm choosing bless or I'm choosing curse, whereas he can kind of switch them even mid cast, like is sometimes something he can do. At least that's how it's happened before, I think, and it wasn't questioned. I don't know if Koibu wants to correct me there. The other thing about spell components, Sale's only spell component seems to be sand, with the exception of a few like more ritually spells, like he needs the silver dice, I think it is, to cast certain like no thingy or something. I can't remember what it's called. It's like no moment, not no moment, but it's a similar spell.
Mm-hmm.
And is there not any way to get stuff like unholy water anywhere on the Dardans? I don't know what that question means. That part of the
Yeah,
question.
so
I don't understand.
Holy water is made by 3 priests casting 3 spells all together. One is create water, one is purify water, and one is bless. And they kind of do that simultaneously, and you create and then purify and then bless the water all together by 3 different clerics, and it creates a barrel of holy water. So you could make unholy water if you had 2 other clerics of Rohi with you to do it. But on your own, there's no way to make holy or unholy water.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, that's all the questions that we have. If you want to ask questions, join the Patreon, the $5 tier. Yeah, check it out.
That's it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, back next week.
You guys
Thanks
next
for
week.
watching. Remember to check out the Patreon.
True.
And the subreddit afterwards.
We are currently about halfway to our goal of funding the campaign, so if any of you could see it in your hearts to help us out, that would be amazing.
Yeah, it's weekly, so you'll be charged per episode, and then we have a special Discord that you get to join and stuff. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
See you guys next time.
See you
Bye-bye.
later.